Hi, well, I'm super excited to introduce you to my new friend, Marks Sentell.
Hey.
And Mark is the founding pastor of Living Faith Church.
That's right, yeah.
And where's that located?
In Fombell, Pennsylvania, right outside of Zelienople by the
nobody
airport.
knows Fombell, but they know Zealy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just right outside of Zealy.
And the church that you founded, that was what, about 20 years ago?
Yeah, it was about 20 years ago. We actually started kind of out of a bar in Zelienople with a bunch of people that probably would never go to church, but had spiritual questions, and it became a church over time that was just friendly for people who were exploring faith, but really the heart of it wanting to try to not just discover how to love God, but how to love neighbors in practical ways. And so really the garage is kind of the natural extension of that, is of finding ways to serve in practical ways the people around us.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I think that's so important, that message that, everyone is welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And everybody has a story
That's right.
worth listening to.
That's right.
And I bet you hear a lot of stories at the garage at Living Faith.
We do.
And that's why we wanted to have you on, because I learned about this through one of our friends, Dr. David English.
I love him.
Yes, isn't he great?
Great guy, yeah.
And I thought the garage at Living Faith offers affordable car repairs to our community members.
That's right. That's right.
How did that even start?
Well, several years ago, a fellow in the church who knew how to repair cars, there was a lady in the church who needed her car fixed, and he raised his hand and said, "I could fix your car."
Aw.
And then somebody else said, "I need my car fixed." And he says, "I can fix your car."
Okay.
And so this guy is literally repairing cars out of his driveway, out of their driveway, year-round, middle of winter, all of this kind of stuff. So it was just one guy who wanted to help people fix cars.
Okay.
Well, and before too long, another guy said, "Hey, I kind of like fixing cars too." And so he came along, and he would, they would work together, and they'd fix a car. And they'd get on into all kinds of projects. They'd say, "Oh, it needs a new engine. Let's replace the engine. It needs a new transmission. Let's replace the transmission." They just do all kinds of stuff. And so that was about 6 years ago now that they just started helping because they saw a need and they liked it. They liked wrenching on cars as a hobby, and they liked helping people. And just over time, we've just seen that grow.
Right.
There was a local business that offered a space that they suddenly had a garage that they could work inside. And so they'd huddle around a space heater and fix cars inside at least, instead of on a street side. And then a couple years ago, the church acquired some land near the church that had a garage that we started to expand to allow the operation to grow as the need grew.
Okay. I have to ask, those original individuals, are they still involved?
They are absolutely.
What are their names?
Michael and Doug are two of our chief mechanics. Doug, for example, ran his own shop for 45 years, has retired, and so now he just volunteers, comes in once a week, gives a couple hours, and so we give him the hard stuff because he knows what he's doing. But yeah, we do affordable car repairs.
What type of individuals are you seeing with these needs?
Sure. People who need affordable car repairs. But I will say probably 80% of our customers are single parents.
Yes.
A lot of single moms, but not exclusively, and fixed income seniors. So Passament Community is right near us, Lutheran Senior Life. And so there's fixed income, seniors, and just there's a lot of people trying to make it on their own. And when you're trying to make it on your own, it's just particularly challenging when your car doesn't work.
Right.
You're trying to get to daycare. You're trying to get to work. You're trying to pick the kid up from school. And if you don't have somebody to help you that's kind of baked in, it's particularly challenging. And so a lot of our customers are there, but they come from all over: Newcastle, Pittsburgh, Elwood City,
well, I don't think there's anything
Butler.
like this that I know of.
There's not a lot. There's been a few that have places you can reach out if you need a car, and sometimes they can help provide a car if you're in a dire financial need. But we haven't found anything like this, so I really wish there were more of it.
Well, maybe this will grow.
I hope so. I hope somebody that's watching this will say, "Hey, we have a little space, and we could
start
do this
too.
too.
Could you help us?" Now, so I'm thinking of, if there's an individual out there that needs help.
Yeah.
What's the process? Do they call? Do they make an appointment? Do they explain their problem over the phone?
Yeah, they can do any of that. We tend to point them to livingfaithgarage.org.
Okay.
Livingfaithgarage.org, where they can schedule an appointment.
Okay.
Or if it's something unusual, or if they have some financial need that they need help paying for anything, and we can talk about our payment in just a little bit, they can just find all of that. There's also a phone number there or an email address. We care really about them more than their car, if that makes
Sure.
any sense. And so it's really fun when they actually call us. We get to hear their story. We can find a way to help. Even if we can't help, we can connect them to somebody who can help. And sometimes problems are multifaceted. It's not just a car issue. There's employment issues and otherwise.
Right. And
there's resources in this community. It's a great community that we
Right.
can connect people to.
Oh,
So,
Mark, I always tell everybody, Butler County, we're resource rich.
absolutely.
We can help, but we need to know.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking of, all right, so we have an individual that has a need.
that's right.
They go to your website
Mhm.
and then they kind of come to the garage. What can they expect in regards to any fees that are related to their repairs?
Sure. Well, we offer all of our volunteers, all of our staff are volunteers, so our labor's free,
Right.
and we charge them the price of parts if they
Okay.
can afford that. And the local parts dealers have given us great deals that we get discounted parts that we can pass those discounts straight to the customer.
Excellent.
So we don't make any profit in. So if they can pay for those parts, they do.
Right.
Some people can't, and so we know if people have paid a little extra, we have some that we can use to pay for somebody who really can't. And it's an honor system at this point. If someone says, "I'm in need, I can't quite afford that," we'll meet them there.
Right.
And so far, we haven't had to turn anybody away for lack of funds.
Okay.
There's a lot of great garages in this community, great mechanics in this community, and we want to support them. We want people to go to them when they can afford it, and they do. And many of them are good partners with us. We refer to them; they refer to us sometimes when they realize this person really can't afford my services. Let's send them there.
Right.
That's fine. But for those who do need something, we want to make sure that we're there. And I said that too. Some people they come to us because they can afford services, and they do pay a little extra, and that extra helps pay for those
Right.
who can't. And so that's kind of a win-win.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that with the great work that you and your volunteers are doing, there's ways that we as a community can help. Volunteers, and you don't just need to be a mechanic to volunteer.
Oh, this
correct?
is the best part of the garage. So talking to you, I mean, if you have any kind of skills with people or administration, marketing, absolutely. If you'd like to come and do social media for an hour or two a week,
Okay.
wonderful. We've got a place for you. We have a bunch of retired women who will come and sit with the women who are coming to get their car fixed. So they just have someone to chat
Talk
with.
to.
So they're not hanging out in a garage with a bunch of strange men that are fixing their
yeah,
cars.
yeah.
And so, if you can sit with people and talk, or if you're good administratively and don't mind just calling and confirming appointments on the phone, or helping us order parts or deal with paperwork,
All right.
or wrenching on cars. But even like if you know you're mechanical but don't know how to wrench on cars, come out and one of the more experienced mechanics will teach you. I mean, you can learn how to do an oil change. You can learn how to do a brake job. You can
There's
learn
hope
how
for me, Mark.
There's hope for anybody. I mean, there's hope for me. I'm not a mechanic. I really am not. But my hands, there's grease on them now. I still help out because I've learned to just a little at a time.
Awesome.
This is one of the best parts. We have a bunch of young people. So these are our students, high school, VOTEC, young 20s that have just been coming around because they like cars. They get taught by older people, so there's mentoring that's baked in. But there's this whole community now of even younger people that it's like a win-win. They're doing something for grandma, but they're also getting a sense of community and they're getting mentored. And so it's a win-win-win.
For everybody.
So we can all learn and you can play a part, really, whatever your skill set is. There's a place to contribute to make this thing better. And it's always better when we combine forces.
Absolutely.
I was asking Michael, the founder of the ministry, of the garage, why he started it. And what I told you about, he started it, then a friend of his wanted to help. And he said, it's just funner to do it together. So it's fun enough to do it alone, but it's funner yet to do it together.
Awesome.
And I think we experience that all the time.
Great.
Yeah.
Mark, with the Garage at Living Faith, we are so excited to have met you and the great work that you are doing for our
Thank you so
community.
much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Please think about how you can get involved and help too. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time.